Thank you for tuning in to the Jagged Gaming Hub, where we are going to talk all things games. And today we are going to be covering PGA Tour 2K21. A lot of things that I have found starting off into the game, especially going to the pro level difficulty, is that the swing direction, swing timing is really a challenge. And for me, I never played the Club 2019. Playing a game this in depth has really been a lot of fun. I'm a big golfer in real life, and this is something, there's a few tips and kind of tricks that I've learned just through going on the driving range, messing around with the swing timing, the calibration, that I want to touch on in this video for all of you that are getting into the game. Maybe you're struggling with, your joystick's all over the place, or maybe you can never seem to get the timing right, because we all know that one bad shot and you're in the water. If you've been on the live streams, you've obviously seen me do it many times. I'm by no means a pro at this game, but this is something that I feel I can kind of offer to you guys that are getting into this game, and hopefully help you get into those lower scores with better, more consistent shots, just by following these few tips. I really think you guys can improve your game and also have more fun, especially playing against your friends. As we all know, it's all about that ego. So we're going to be getting into that right now. I don't want to talk a ton. I do appreciate you tuning in. If you ever want to kind of chat or check these things out live, I also do stream on Twitch as well. Feel free to stop in the mornings. We have our morning tee off with Richard Longshank. We've been playing the career mode, which is an absolute blast. So let's get into our first tip. Okay, tip number one, accuracy is critical, right? So I've spent a lot of time on this. I'm sure there's other ways to do this, but for me, this seems to help. I use the Xbox Elite controller for this, plugged into my PC, because I do play on PC. And I also use the left thumbstick. I feel like when I'm holding the controller that I actually, with my left stick, can get a better down and forward movement on my swing. When I first started, I was struggling using the right stick. It was all over the place. It was hard for me to go straight down and back. The other thing, and the reason I have this up, is because I have my sensitivity curve set to instant, with the curve adjustment all the way down. And on the Elite controller, you can do this. Now, even if you don't have the Elite controller, say you're using a PS4 controller or a standard Xbox controller, the curve isn't really critical. I didn't notice a big difference, honestly, between them all. But I have it up so I can kind of show you the path that I take on the joystick, which has allowed me to be more consistent. Now, I don't think this is any, brilliant secret. I think other people probably already do this. I'm just sharing from my perspective. I didn't know this going into it, and maybe it can help you. So on accuracy, I found that if I just pull the left stick down to about maybe just a little bit, you can see right now how the joystick is going down just a little bit, just enough to get the backswing motion started. And I've noticed that this seems to take a slower backswing in game, and it allows that once you've hit the 100% mark, or whatever the percentage is that you've got your certain shot set to, that you can simply just move the stick straight forward versus trying to take the travel all the way down and then going all over the place. Because it's so much harder to go from all the way down to straight back and through. So I've noticed that if you just go down a little bit, it allows you to take it forward much better. And it's not, it's not perfect, but for me, this helps. Because then I can get a much better, more consistent swing and a swing path down and forward. So give this a try. From an accuracy standpoint, this really was a game changer for me. Simply just going down a little ways, and then you literally just have to push straight forward. This helped me tremendously. This is one of my the biggest things that I noticed. I wish someone would have told me this starting off, because I spent a bunch of hours just trying to go all the way down and back, and I just never could get it to go straight. Every now and then it does, but I struggle to get that good swing. So for this, it's so much easier for me to do this. it at least will help eliminate some of those bad shots and help you get more consistent, because golf is all about consistency. They're not going to always be perfect. If they are, then someone's doing something outside of the norm. This is something that is just so much easier for me. So give it a try and check that out. You don't have to have an elite controller or a special controller to do this. You can do this on the default settings. It's nothing fancy or crazy, but from an accuracy standpoint on the swing, it makes a huge difference. I'll go show you this on the range a little bit. Okay, here we are on the range, and I suggest you guys do this. This is one of those games, just like the sport in real life. It does take a bit of practice. Once you've got it down, it's much easier to not have to do this, but I think starting out, or even if you're struggling, this is important to go out to the range and just kind of work on the consistency of your swing path. So I'm going to hit a few shots, give you guys kind of a chance to see what we're working with. Obviously, it's not going to be perfect, but here's just a few examples. So a really nice down, back, and through. This is on the pro setting difficulty. Nothing crazy. I just did simply what I had showed you guys. This at least gives you kind of a feel for it, and I do highly, highly recommend at least doing this on the practice range a little bit, at least to give you the feel. So the next tip, which you guys will notice on that shot, although the swing path was good, not perfect, but good, the timing was fast, which is going to lead us to tip number 2. Okay, tip number 2, timing. Timing is by far, I have found to be the most difficult thing, especially when you move up and are comfortable to play on the pro setting, which I do. And it doesn't mean I'm some god gamer, but I do enjoy the challenge. And a necessary thing that you need to do once you feel comfortable with your swing path, whatever that may be. If you end up using my tip or trying it or creating some version of it that works for yourself, you have to calibrate your swing. And you can do that while you're on the practice range by hitting start and going to the swing calibration setting. During this, you'll have to hit 10 shots, and you want to be as good as you can on those shots at 100% power, good swing path, doing a very consistent swing to the best of your ability. So without me going into this a ton over and over again, going through 10 shots, I'll hit a couple, we'll fast forward through, and then we'll kind of explain what's all going on here. Those were 2 decent shots. That last one I hit a little quick, but we're going to kind of continue on and go and kind of explain this further to get those perfect timings that are really going to help you lower those scores. Okay, swing calibration complete. Now, I've actually ended up doing this calibration a bunch of times as I was going through trying to find the quote-unquote perfect swing, which I don't believe exists, because obviously there's human error that's going to happen. Now, once you've done that, I still recommend going on the range until you start feeling more comfortable with the timing, especially for how you swing, how fast you swing or how slow you might swing, because that's going to play into effect just like it would in a real golf game. That timing is going to allow you to hit more shots, and that perfect amount is what you want to do. And obviously, in future videos to come in the coming weeks, when we start talking about spin and shot shaping, we're going to talk about wind. We're going to talk about the various lies, the different types of shots. We're going to talk about putting. All of that is built off of a solid foundation of an accurate swing path and a well-timed swing, which is what we've covered today. I do hope that this in some way is going to help your game. If you do have any questions, be sure to comment down below. Maybe I didn't cover something as much, or maybe you've got a question, or maybe there's something specific that you want to see. But I really do think that these 2 things, although it's no secret, I'm sharing this for you. Maybe you don't know about it. When I first started, I didn't have a clue. And I really do enjoy this game. If you're considering buying it, it's such a fantastic game. But these 2 things should really help you get that swing in line and start hitting better, more consistent shots as you play PGA Tour 2K21. All right, here's actually a shot from earlier this morning on stream. Chat wanted me to go for it, driver off the deck. Ended up being a great shot going into this par 5. It was really cool, but just kind of an example of seeing this actually in action, because it can make a huge difference. I don't know why my camera disappeared, but it's better not having to see my face anyways. Perfect swing. Driver off the deck going into this green, which was actually nuts. But it ended up working out really, really well. And you put those two things together on the timing of your shot, and it's going to make such a huge difference, and also going to allow you to play some shots maybe differently than you normally would, and actually be a little bit more aggressive going into some of these greens. Well, that is all I have for today. I do really hope that you guys enjoyed this video. Again, thank you for tuning in. There's going to be more content to come every Wednesday morning. My plan is to put something out for you guys to help lower those scores. If you did enjoy it, please, I would appreciate it if you support the Jagged Gaming Hub by hit the like button, subscribe, and I'd love to hear your comments as we can kind of evolve this over time, and I can put out some videos that are going to really help you guys be at the top of your game while having an absolute blast playing PGA Tour 2K21.